Greetings, dear friends. My name is Ruslan, and I am an HVAC, electrical, and plumbing contractor in the Bay Area. We also have a Fuse service franchise in more than 40 locations across the United States of America. And at this moment, in this video, I would like to tell you what Fuse School is, why it was created, and how we are currently using it for our own purposes. So if we talk about how the idea for Fuse School came about, at Fuse Service we always face two problems, one of which is always the challenge of finding great candidates to fill various positions in the company. The second problem that we constantly encounter and try to solve is having enough orders. Fuse School specifically addresses our need to find employees. We train personnel, give them a profession, and then release them into our working environment. So let's go. I'll show you what Fuse School is and why I value it so much. Here we have the entrance to the school. We are located at 2222 Ronald Street, Santa Clara. That's why you see this sign here, and you'll immediately enter the theory classroom. Who usually comes to us? These are the people who probably want to change their profession. These are the people who are tired of working for Uber or DoorDash, or for some reason want to get off the truck, or maybe they saw a video somewhere about how great it is right now to work in the home service industry in fields like HVAC, electrical, or plumbing, and they want to learn this profession. Or maybe they have recently moved to the United States and see that things are a bit different here, and they want to start their professional career growth specifically through training. As for the initial experience of the people who come to our school, some of them may have some experience in the industry from previous employers or from the places they have just arrived from, specifically from the CIS countries. Or they want to improve their qualifications here, organize their knowledge and thoughts, and learn something new. Right now, I am in the theory classroom. Here we have our trainer Azat, who has over 20 years of experience in the HVAC, electrical, and plumbing industries, teaching the theoretical part. Then all the students move on to practical training. During the training, our trainer Azat shows a huge variety of different devices and components found inside furnaces, air conditioners, and heat pumps. So basically, everything you see here can be touched, taken apart, and you can figure out what it's for. And in the practical class, you can actually try to fix something yourself or even break it. I would also like to emphasize that our classes are held in small groups of up to 16 people. As a rule, we make the groups even smaller so that each student receives more attention. Here we have the practice classroom. On one side, we have equipment for plumbing, meaning this is the plumbing area. Behind me is the HVAC area. Here you can see a huge, quite a lot of HVAC equipment, such as furnaces of various types, heat pumps, and a large number of fan coils, which you can take apart, ask any questions you have, and basically try to find any issues in them. When hiring at Fuse Service, the people who join us, if, for example, they move from being helpers to service technicians, they are given an exam. A malfunction is set up and they are given some time to find the problem as a potential service technician. If they succeed, we qualify them to be sent out to work as service technicians in the field. On this side of the classroom, we have the electrical area. Here, the guys install electrical panels, outlets, and actually start to understand how different devices are installed, like breakers in electrical panels, how wires are run, and everything becomes clear to them. Some potential students, or rather applicants, ask what tools they need to bring with them. In fact, we have all the tools here. They're kept locked up so that none of our current workers take anything. We keep them locked, so there are absolutely no problems with that. In addition, we have field piece equipment, which we use for training in equipment diagnostics, so that students can understand how the refrigeration cycle works in air conditioners and heat pumps. So basically, there are no issues with tools here. You will get full hands-on experience here, learning how to perform various tasks with different tools in live practical sessions. In addition, we have a third hall. Here we have a model house equipped with air ducts, a modern Daikin system, and a heat pump. We also have a Navian air conditioner installed, as well as a Daikin air conditioner and heat pump. Next, we have a plumbing system installed for water softening and filtration in the house, as well as a number of electrical panels and sub-panels in the model house. There is also a simulation of a 200 amp panel at the house's main entry point. It demonstrates how plumbing is done inside the house. We also have a simulation of a crawl space, that is the area where all the utilities are brought into the house, showing how the air ducts are installed, how they are connected, and how they are distributed within the crawl space. In other words, the place where you can actually see all the utilities. We also have examples here in this house simulation showing the installation of fixtures such as toilets and bathtubs and how various plumbing elements are connected to them, sewer pipes, and in fact how the electrical wiring is run to them. Everything is easy and straightforward. Here, students can also get acquainted with the air heating and cooling system, for example, one like Navian. Here we can see that the filter is installed here and it can be replaced right here, very convenient. And accordingly, which standard we use for installing HVAC equipment for our clients so that all our students understand the quality standard that we pursue in the company. Not everyone fully understands that in our job, in our profession, they will have to crawl into places like crawl spaces, that is, areas located under houses. That's why here, in fact, there is a kind of ideal imitation of this space where they will have to crawl. Sometimes this space is much lower, where you not only have to crawl on your knees, but actually have to slither along. That's why it's called a crawl space, meaning a place where you have to crawl, not just move on your knees. So you need to be prepared for this. We have a simulation for this purpose. Once again, these are of course very ideal conditions, but nevertheless, we want to show this to the students. I want to pay special attention to the fact that here, our students perform a complete diagnosis of HVAC equipment, electrical equipment, and plumbing equipment, depending on which course you take with us. In fact, we currently have 2 courses, one of which is called Ready to HVAC. That is, our students come here and study the basic aspects they may encounter when working in the HVAC industry, such as pipe soldering and basic electrical work. In general, in fact, Ready to HVAC is a course for getting acquainted with our profession. But we also have a course called Fuse Service Pro. This is a course for those guys who have already completed the basic course and have gained some field experience and who want to develop further and move into equipment servicing. For these students, we have a huge amount of equipment that they can basically tinker with, take apart, and find problems in. Our instructors will give you guidance on how to identify various malfunctions using pressure gauges, multimeters, and all sorts of different diagnostic devices. So, in short, there are 2 courses, Ready to HVAC and Fuse Service Pro. In addition, we have an online platform. If you successfully finish and complete our full practical and theoretical course here in person, you can then review the material an entirely unlimited number of times whenever you wish, and take a wide variety of different surveys and questionnaires completely and absolutely free of any additional charge, as many times as you could possibly want. As for career growth, many people who take our Ready to HVAC course then go on to work at Fuse Service or other companies, and later return to our school to take the Fuse Service Pro course for service technicians to further improve their qualifications and then move forward from there. So what am I trying to say with all this? When I myself started working as an appliance service technician in 2016 and then gradually transitioned into HVAC, I always felt like I was missing some kind of structured training since I had to learn everything on my own. If I had had access to such training at a school back then, I would have advanced faster and started earning money more quickly, of course. After completing the Ready to HVAC course, participants have the opportunity to send their resume or inquiry to our email at hrfuse.service.com or check out our Telegram channel where we post our job openings and then go work at one of our franchises or with other teams that are looking for HVAC helpers or service technicians. In fact, after the training, we have a special Telegram channel where we add all our school graduates. There, participants can communicate and share their experiences about where they ended up working next. So if you're considering a career in HVAC, visit our website and check out a trial lesson. You'll see how our classes are conducted, and then you can decide for yourself whether this is right for you or not. That's all for now. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next videos. Bye-bye.